Michigan football wins 30-10 in a game that, frankly, frustrated a lot of people. My Michigan text threads and Twitter DMs were quite active. But I think we learned a little bit, but I'm not even sure if anyone knows what this team is, given the fact that they replaced 18 starters, only returned 4 guys, 3 on defense, 1 on offense. Colston Loveland, and we're at Casa Yoder, Jamestown, we call it, for Michigan football post-game show. I've got quite a few things to say. Have a ton of notes on this one, and I'm sure I won't get to everything tonight because I usually like to watch the game again, maybe a second time, before I really give any deep analysis. So this is kind of just right off the top. So my first thing I just want to say on this game is, this team imposed the will in the fourth quarter, right? You get the touchdown after Fresno cuts it to a 1-score game at 16-10, 6-point game, and everyone just kind of nervous, right? 5-6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Fresno cuts it to a 1-score game, and I'm not joking. I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be one of those like Rich Rod or Brady Hoke losses. This is going to be an embarrassment to the program. Michigan's going to punch, or Davis Warren's going to throw a pick six. But they move the ball down there, right? Kalel Mullings with some big-time runs on that drive for Michigan right after the Fresno State touchdown. And I even tweeted out, I said, we're a running team. Run the damn ball down their throat. But Michigan then switched it up a little bit, right? Davis Warren on a crossing route to Colston Loveland. Whoop, as I bumped my camera here. And Loveland, outside of one drop, had himself a hell of a night, right? He proved that he was who we all thought he was, which I think is the best tight end, obviously, but maybe one of the best few players in all of college football on the night. Loveland, 8 catches, right? 8 catches for 87 yards, did have 1 drop, and that put Michigan up then 2 scores. A little bit later, you had an interception from Makari Page that was called back because of a kind of BS late hit call on TJ Guy. They kept moving the ball down the field, get in the red zone, boom, try to do a wide receiver screen. Will Johnson reads it perfectly, imposes his will, 86 yards. Donovan Edwards, 85 yards, boom, Will Johnson, 86 yards, the will, imposing your will on Fresno State. Michigan goes up 30-10, and that was all she wrote for this game. The stars for Michigan proved to be stars, right? The only one who didn't have a statistical game, Donovan Edwards, but had the first touchdown, right? Alex Orji to Donovan Edwards. Colston Loveland, 8 catches, 80-plus yards, and a touchdown. Will Johnson scored a touchdown. You had just a tenacious defensive line. And so the guys who we thought were going to be stars for this team were the difference in this game, or you could have had a loss, frankly, to Fresno State, which would have been just shocking coming off a national championship game. Give me your one-word reaction to this game. Get down there in the comments. You guys have been lighting up the comments lately. We really appreciate it. Let me know what your one-word reaction. Mine is, it's like an exhale, right? You didn't lose the game, and you played your best ball in the fourth quarter. So I'm just exhaling. It's on to Texas, who looked great today, right, against Colorado State. They won by 50-plus, put a shutout performance in there. Let's see your one-word reaction. Second thing today on this show, I've got maybe 5 or 6 takes I'm going to give you here on the Michigan football post-game show. It's 11 o'clock, 11:07 Eastern as I am filming this. We've got 10 new starters, right? 10 new starters on this offense, and it looked like it, right? You got to remember, I'm not freaking out. People are like, this guy stinks. Davis Warren's trash. The offensive line sucks. This guy, that guy. Look, 10 new starters on the offense. That is unprecedented for really any top-level team that I can ever remember in college football. And then you've got a first-time Power 5 offensive coordinator in Kirk Campbell, a first-time head coach in any level of football in Sherrone Moore, and then Davis Warren. People need to remember this. Now, he won the job. I'm not sure if he's going to start long-term. I think he's going to start next week against Texas, but we will see more Alex Orji because of what we all saw that Orji can bring to the table. But Davis Warren hasn't started a game in 5 years. Just imagine how rusty you would be if you hadn't started a game in 5 years as a quarterback. But he was 8 of 10 passing the first half. He did have that 1 interception in this game. Ultimately ended up, I'm going to pull up his stats on the phone as we're doing this from home, not in the studio. 15 of 25, okay? Quick math, bing! 60% passing, 118 yards, okay. 1 touchdown and 1 interception. Alex Orji, one of 2, his 1 completion to the Don for 3 yards and a touchdown. I'm not freaking out, right? Dominic Goodies, remember Goodies, the Italian. He kind of stunk in the first half. The offensive line kind of stunk in the first half, really, for a lot of this game. But Greg Crippen came in the second quarter. But Dominic Goodies was back in there in the third quarter and the fourth quarter. Crippen may have came in, I didn't really see, but every time they showed an overhead shot of the offensive line, it appeared that Goodies was back in the game for Michigan in the second half. So I'm not sure if he was just pulled out for a while because he was kind of stunk early on, or what it was. As I'm watching this, Notre Dame looks like they're going to beat Texas A&M. They scored. A&M got the ball back with 2 minutes and then just threw an interception. So there is a little instant reaction from there. 10 new starters, a quarterback who hasn't played a game in 5 years, new OC, new head coach. Let's just chill. Everybody just chill. I am Mr. Overreaction, and I am chill. Big game coming up next week. Need all the support we can get. And I think Michigan had some real positives in the fourth quarter. How about Dominic Zavada? Right, the transfer from Arkansas State, the kicker. This guy is a star in the making. I tweeted out, has a kicker ever won the Heisman Trophy? I mean, it was crazy. It was wild. This guy, I don't want to say won the game, but Michigan scored 3 touchdowns, but his 3 field goals were just absolutely necessary. Well, this would have been a wildly tight game, right? Michigan would have been down had he not hit that 53 and 55-yard touchdown play. So what was it? So I want to look over this one. So Michigan field goal. I thought I had these up. Scoring summary. That's right. So you guys probably know this. 45-yard field goal, 53-yard field goal in the second quarter, the third quarter, and in the fourth quarter, 55-yard field goal. Again, you don't hit those. It's a 10-10 game. If you don't hit the 50-plus yarders, when Fresno scored in the fourth quarter of Michigan, 18 yards to Colston Loveland, 86 yards to Will Johnson on that pick 6. So I think this is a great pickup, right? Michigan got big time impacts. Josh Preeb starting the offensive line. You got Barnum as the linebacker position, and then this kicker, Dominic Zavada, big time impact from the transfer portal at positions of need. Kicker may have not won the game for Michigan, but I think kept this game at bay and allowed the team to come up in the fourth quarter. Quick word from our sponsors. Football season is here, and for me, that means longer days at the office and less time to cook at home. Thankfully, I have today's sponsor, Factor, to keep me full even on game days. Fuel up with Factor's no prep, no mess meals. Guys, if you don't have a lady or somebody cooking for you at home, you've got to get started with Factor. It's super easy. The meals show up at your house. You put them in your fridge. Boom, you toss them in the microwave in less than 2 minutes. You have a delicious dietitian-approved meal ready to eat. So no matter how busy you are, you always have time to enjoy nutritious, great-tasting meals. Make today the day you kickstart a new healthy routine. What are you waiting for? With 35 different meals and more than 60 add-ons to choose from every week, you always have new flavors to explore with Factor. You enjoy effortless support for your lifestyle. You choose from 6 menu preferences to help you manage calories, maximize protein intake, avoid meat, or simply eat well balanced. Keep kitchen time to a minimum. Factor meals are ready in 2 minutes. No shopping, prepping, cooking, or cleaning up. Head over to factormeals.com/MichiganChat50. That's MichiganChat50. Use that code MichiganChat50. Get to 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month. That's MichiganChat50 at factormeals.com/MichiganChat50. 50% off your first month and then 20% off the month after that while your subscription is active. Factormeals.com/MichiganChat50. The link is down in the comments and the description, and make sure you use that promo code for 50% off your first order. Factor Meals keep me fresh on game day, so thank you so much to supporting this show and our post-game show from Jamestown, the Yoder HQ. What about the running game? It was pretty rudimentary. It kind of stunk all game. Not sure if it's definitely the offensive line. Donovan Edwards looked like the Don of the early part of last year, super hesitant. Kalel Mullings came on in the fourth quarter. As I'm just going to look at the stats, and we don't have the graphics like we normally do for you guys. So Kalel Mullings, 15 carries, 92 yards. Donovan Edwards, 11 carries, 27 yards, right? Edwards at 2.5 yards per carry. That's not going to get it done. That's not what this team's looking for. Had 2 catches for 0 yards. That can't be right. 0 yards? I mean, that's what ESPN says at least. but it says he averaged 3. So I'm going to go with, he at least had that 1 touchdown catch. I'm guessing his other one didn't have any yards, but 1 touchdown for the Don out of the backfield. They split him out a little bit. They did this, they did that, but he was not in the game. And for a while there, I was like, is the Don hurt? What's going on? But you can't convince me that Kalel Mullings isn't the running back number 1 in the eyes of production and in the eyes of this coaching staff as they go forward and will play number 4 Texas next week. Donovan Edwards kind of stunk today. Not going to lie. I love the guy, but this is what the Don haters will talk about, is that he just doesn't get it done consistently and only breaks off deep, long runs against the biggest teams, Penn State, Ohio State, Washington, and others. But on a game-to-game basis, he is no Blake Corum. Make sure you guys subscribe to the Michigan Football Report. We just passed 32,000 subscribers, so thank you guys for subscribing. We will not take the channel private for the month of September. We got like 190 subscribers on Friday and between Friday and Saturday, so thank you so much to everyone who subscribed to the channel. Now, think about the offense, right? I'm going to do a deeper dive on the offensive line. Obviously, Goodies got pulled. Crippen came in. Goodies went back, but I thought the offensive line was pretty tough, right? They didn't, not tough in a good way, tough in a bad way. Like, that's tough, man, for most of this game until parts of the fourth quarter. The best 3 offensive threats in this team right now are number 1, your tight end, number 2, your kicker, and number 3 is your backup running back, who is a converted linebacker in Kalel Mullings. So that is like Iowa level offense. So this team needs to find it. 10 starters, new starters on offense. We get it, but you've got a top 5 team coming in next week against Texas. How about the substitution patterns, right? On the scoring drive from Fresno State early on, I want to kind of just pull up my notes here to make sure I'm not missing, the exact time. So in the second quarter, the field goal by Fresno, for most of that drive, Will Johnson was on the bench. And for the key plays in that drive, when they went down and got it within field goal range for, Fresno State, Jair Hill was on the bench. So you got your 2 starting quarterbacks on the bench while they're having their most success of the day through the air, passing the ball. It just didn't make any sense to me. Sherrone Moore was asked about it at halftime, and he said, "Oh, it's going great. It's going great." Well, it didn't seem to be going great as far as I was concerned. So I don't know if that's first game jitters for Sherrone Moore and a almost brand new, 100% almost brand new coaching staff, but I thought there were a lot of substitution patterns that I didn't like. Even when I just tossed down here, it's like there was a big third down, I think, in the third quarter, like 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6. Now, Michigan completed it, right? Converted no third downs in the first half, quite a few, handful of them in the second half, but there was one in the third quarter, third down, that Colston Loveland caught the ball, came out of the game. Like, I get, like, oh, we got to get this guy a breather, give him a blow, but why is Colston Loveland, the best offensive weapon on this team, not in the game on every single first down? Again, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. We just 32,000 subscribers. Let's get to 33. Let's get to 34,000 as fast as we can. Was interested to see what Evan Link and Dominic Goodies brought to the table. I think Goodies had a really tough first quarter. Into the second quarter, kind of turned it around a little in the second half. But we'll see if he's still in the starting lineup next week or if Greg Crippen captures that job back. I'm going to be really interested to see what happens next week. Is Alex Orji getting more snaps? I think Davis Warren, just because he ended up playing okay, 60%, only one real true mistake on that interception. If he is the starting quarterback, again, I think he will be. But I actually think, even though we saw a ton of Alex Orji today, including on that first drive after Michigan's interception from Keon Sabb, I'm not sorry, I said Keon Sabb, it was not Keon Sabb, he transferred to, Keon Sabb, am I crazy? Yeah, it's not Keon Sabb. I said Keon Sabb, but of course it was not. So I'm like losing my mind here from a name perspective. It was Keon. What, am I crazy? I'm honestly, second guessing myself. So I said Keon Sabb, but Michigan had the interception and then scored the touchdown where Alex Orji came in inside the 10-yard line, and they put Alex Orji in the game, which I think that was a good play call because everyone thought he was going to run the ball, and of course didn't for this team. So we'll see what happens next week. It's Texas week, right? We're in Dallas, Texas. I'm in Dallas. My son is going to wear a Michigan shirt every single game or every single day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We're saying I'm in a half day. We're going to fly to Detroit Friday night. We will be in Ann Arbor for the game on Saturday. So hope to see some of you guys there. We will be back tomorrow. Probably do an at-home tomorrow. We'll see if anyone's going to the studio to do a bigger show. But if not, give me some horns down in the comments because it is Michigan, Texas week. I am super excited. I told some guys at work, I said, hey, I even see you wear anything Texas in the office this week. It's on site. It is on site. Hope you guys are bringing that vibe as well this week. Till then, go blue.